Hi, and welcome to our guide on navigating the new JCP portal. I'm here to walk you through the JCP registration process step by step. We know that new platforms like this can be daunting, but don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll be well equipped to navigate the portal with confidence. Let's dive right in and get started. Before you begin, you need to make sure that you have the Google Authenticator app on your phone. When you search for Google Authenticator in your App Store or Google Play Store, it should pop up as the top result. It's a popular and trusted app used by many for added security. For iPhone users, tap on Get followed by Install. For Android users, simply use the Install option in the Google Play Store. Just a heads up, you might be prompted to enter your App Play Store password to confirm the download. Once the app is downloaded, tap to open it. You will be greeted with a straightforward menu. We will discuss how to use this app a little later on in our video. Alright, now we will walk through how to register. This first method is for users who do not have a Government Common Access Card or a CAC. All fields on the registration page must be filled in. For the username, enter it in the format first name period last name, for instance, jane.doe. Your password must meet the following criteria: at least 12 characters long, contain at least one lowercase letter and one uppercase letter, include one number, and have at least one special character. Ensure you type your password into both the password and confirm password fields, and then once all the fields are filled in, click the register button to create your new account. This screen will show the registration method for users who do possess a Government Common Access Card or a CAC. All fields on the registration page must be filled in, and for the EDIPI field, enter the 10-digit ID found on the back of your CAC. For the username, use the format first name period last name, and once all the fields are filled in, click the register button to create your new account. On the main pages of the portal, such as the dashboard, you'll find a help icon in the header. Clicking on this icon will display a Need Help pop-up. Within this pop-up, you have access to general assistance via email at jcp-admin@dla.mil, a link to sam.gov, and a quick start guide for updating SAM, which is downloadable. Information about your cage code can be found at the following website listed on your screen. And then a guide to how to find your IP and MAC address will also be listed. There is also a link to the JCP System User Guide, and that is what we are following today throughout our video. So if you would like to see that in print form, you can click that link. In the header of the main page, such as the dashboard, you'll find the profile link next to the help button and the logout links. Clicking on the profile link allows you to update your personal information. You can modify details like your first name, last name, email, and phone number. After making any changes, make sure that you click the Save button to update your profile. On this page, it will just ask you to reset your password. Now let's talk about logging into the JCP portal. To log into the JCP portal, start by clicking the Continue button on the USG warning page. Next, you will click on the Login button, and you will then be prompted to provide your CAC certificate if you have one for authentication. If you do have a Common Access Card or a CAC, select your CAC certificate and click the OK button. This will take you directly to the dashboard page. If you don't have a CAC, that's okay. Simply click the Cancel button. Next, enter your username and password and then click the Sign In button. Once you've entered your username and password, the portal will prompt you for an additional authentication code. This is just an extra layer of security to ensure that it's really you accessing your account. Remember that Google Authenticator app we talked about at the beginning of this video? Now's the time we will put it to use. Honestly, in my opinion, this is one of the trickiest parts of the portal, so I will walk you through this in detail. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, pause this video and grab it from your app store. Got it? Great. Think of two-factor authentication as a double check for your security. First, you'll use your regular login details, your username and password, but there's also a second step. You'll also need a unique code that's sent to a device that you can trust, making it much harder for anyone else to access your account. The JCP portal has chosen Google Authenticator for this task. It's a smartphone app that generates a unique 6-digit code for you. This code changes roughly every minute, adding an extra layer of security. Every time that you log out and then want to log back into your JCP portal account, you'll need this code from Google Authenticator. So even if someone knows your password, they won't get far without that code from your phone. Ready to boost your security? Here's how. First, log into your JCP portal account as you usually would, using your username and password. Once you've logged in, you'll be greeted with a prompt. This is the JCP portal letting you know that for added security, you need to set up your two-factor authentication or your TFA. Here you'll start the process of integrating Google Authenticator within your JCP portal account. Remember, this app will be your go-to for that extra security code every time you log in. On this page, you'll notice two things. First, there's a manual verification code, and this is just a backup option just in case. But the easier method is right next to it, where you'll see the QR code. Simply open your Google Authenticator app and scan this QR code. It's a quick way to link your JCP portal account to the app. Once scanned, the app will start generating those unique codes for you every time you need to log in. Upon opening the Google Authenticator app, you'll be presented with a user-friendly menu. This is where the magic of two-factor authentication begins. You will have two options, like we said before, to link the app to your JCP portal account. You can scan the QR code, or you can type in manually the code that it gave you. This code is conveniently located just above the QR code on the portal. Both methods are secure and will ensure that your JCP portal account has that extra layer of protection. Just choose the one that's most convenient for you and you'll be all set. For those of you using an Android device, when you first open the Google Authenticator app, you'll see a button labeled Begin Setup. Go ahead and tap on that to get started. You'll then be presented with a couple of options. For a quick and easy setup, select Scan a Barcode. This will activate your phone's camera. With your camera activated, hold your phone close to your computer screen. Aim to capture the QR code displayed on the JCP portal. The app will automatically recognize the code and link your account. It's as easy as taking a photo. Once you've either scanned the QR code or entered the manual code, Google Authenticator will swiftly process the information. Almost immediately, the app will generate a unique 6-digit verification code. This code will be prominently displayed within the app, making it easy for you to spot. This code is your secondary layer of security for the JCP portal. Remember, this code is time sensitive and will change periodically, so always ensure that you're using the most recent one when logging in. Now look at the Google Authenticator app and take note of the 6-digit code displayed. Head back to your JCP portal and type this code into the designated field located just below the QR code. Once you've entered the code, click on the Verify and Save button. This confirms the link between your JCP portal account and the Google Authenticator app. You might notice a timer associated with the verification code in the app. This indicates the code's lifespan. If the timer runs out before you enter the code, don't worry. The app will generate a new code for you like we said before. Simply enter the new code to continue your login process. It's designed this way to enhance security. If you're still having trouble and these directions did not help you, I would re-register under a different username and password, and that should get you going on the right track. Once you have gotten through the verification process, you will be at your JCP dashboard. When you first register with the JCP portal, you won't be linked to an organization yet. Upon your initial login post-registration, you'll notice on the dashboard page that the Organization Details section states No Linked Organization. In the Actions drop-down menu, you have two options: Request to join an organization or Create a new organization. To join an existing organization, click on the Actions drop-down and select Request to join an organization. A pop-up will appear allowing you to search for an existing organization. You can search using various criteria such as cage code, UEI, legal name, zip code, state, or contact phone number. A list of search results will be displayed, each with a radio button next to it. Select the radio button for the organization that you wish to join and click the Select button at the bottom right. Please note, ensure that you select an organization before clicking Select. If you don't, an error message will appear. Now you will be taken back to the dashboard page and you will see in the upper left side of the page requested organization appears with legal business name and cage code, and a message will appear at the bottom right of the page stating Request to join the company, has been sent. You will not be able to start any applications until an existing member of the organization that you have requested to join approves your request. To create a new organization, go back to your dashboard and from the Actions drop-down, click Create New Organization. The Create New Organization page will appear. Fill in all the necessary information into the form and click the Submit button. The dashboard page appears again with the success message at the bottom right of the page stating Organization has been created successfully. Upon successfully creating a new organization, you'll notice the Organization Details section on the dashboard page now displays your organization's information. As the creator of the organization, you now have the ability to create a new JCP certification request and manage user join requests for your organization. This is important. Always search for an existing organization before attempting to create a new one. It could cause problems with your application, and if you try to create an organization that already exists, you will receive an error. In such cases, request to join the existing organization. The dashboard is your main landing page on the JCP portal. This will provide you access to all the available features. Key sections of the dashboard include Organization Details. This displays your organization's information with a link to a detailed page. The Actions section, which gives you options to create JCP and DLA enhanced validation applications. Side note, if your organization doesn't have a JCP number, only the Create JCP application option will be available here. It shows draft applications, and this will show the applications in progress, allowing you to edit or delete them, and it will also show in progress applications. This will list submitted applications that are under review with a view option. It will show completed applications, and it will show your completed or rejected applications with a view options, and then you will have your menu that allows you to navigate between the dashboard, organization search, and organization users. To begin a new JCP certification application, navigate to the Actions drop-down located in the top right corner of the dashboard page. From the drop-down, select JCP Certification Request. This will open a pop-up titled JCP Certification Request. Please note, if you already possess a JCP certification, the Actions drop-down will also offer the DLA Enhanced Validation Request as an option. Within the pop-up, the primary editable item is the question at the top. Is all information for Cage and Sam below accurate? If you select No and click Submit, you'll receive a message stating, you cannot proceed if the Cage Sam information is not accurate. You won't be able to continue with this application at this stage. To exit, click the X in the top right or just select Cancel. If you select Yes and click Submit, the pop-up will close and you'll be directed to the JCP Application Applicant Information page. For additional context, both the Cage and Sam section headers have blue question mark icons. Hovering over these icons provides more information about Cage and Sam. For U.S. organizations, the JCP application process begins from the dashboard's Actions section. Upon initiating a JCP certification request, you'll be directed to the Applicant Information page. The Applicant Information page contains several fields, with those marked by a red asterisk being mandatory. The first section of the U.S. JCP Application Information page provides details pulled from your existing organization data. This section is read-only and doesn't require any updates. This next section is also read-only and doesn't require any updates. The second section is also read-only. However, you will need to provide specific details for certain fields. Make sure that the physical address is the address of your organization, and if your organization is a subsidiary, please provide the relevant details. In the section with your company cage code, this is simply your organization's unique identifier, and then it will ask if you are registered in SAM. Choose either yes or no. You will also need to put the current expiration date for your SAM registration here. And then you will mark what type of submission it is. Mark one of the following options. If this is your very first time, you will put initial submission. If your registration is expiring, you will do renewal. And if you need to change anything, it will be a revision. This next section focuses on the data custodian. They are the individual responsible for safeguarding DoD export-controlled technical data. Here you will need to provide the first and last name of the data custodian, their phone number, their title, and their email address. Then you will enter the IP address of the computer used by the data custodian and the MAC address of the data custodian's computer. If you look at the screen, I've added instructions on how to find this. The next question asks if you have a server for DoD export controlled technical information. You will need to answer this yes or no, and if you do, you will need to provide the server's MAC address. Having a server for DoD export controlled information means you possess a dedicated storage system where sensitive Department of Defense data is stored and protected. Such servers must adhere to strict security protocols to prevent unauthorized access and data breaches. To find your server's MAC address, it's a similar process to finding the MAC address of a computer, so follow the instructions on the screen. And finally, you will need to state the designated data custodian's role. Specify if they are the company's signatory and authorized representative on this application. The alternate data custodian section allows you to provide details of an alternate individual responsible for safeguarding DoD export controlled technical data. On this section, make sure that you are linked to your organization. If you prefer not to use the search function to add cage codes, you have the option to manually input them. Click the Add Manual Row button. This will allow you to type in the company name and the associated cage code. If you need to remove a row, simply click the red trash can icon that's next to the respective row and it will be removed. On this slide, you will see a question that asks if you are a prime or a subcontractor. Click which one that applies to you. If you are neither one, but it will not let you click that, you can pick what you intend to be. Then you will see a question that says, describe what you do. For example, you could put, we are a manufacturer, or we are a distributor, I am a data broker, I am a consultant, or we are a university, and if it's anything else, just please specify what you do. Please note that your answer must match with what is in your SAM profile. Then it will ask you to describe what types of equipment, material, or service do you manufacture or provide. Be sure to include your NAICS numbers or your FSC numbers here. And you can check your SAM profile again to see which NAICS or FSC that you listed there. You can follow the examples that I put on the screen and pick the one that best fits your company in terms of if you are a manufacturer, a service provider, or a university. For example, you could put, we manufacture widgets related to NAICS, so-and-so. Or you could put, we provide widgets related to NAICS, put the number. You could also put, we are a public research university that is DoD funded, and include your grant number here, to conduct research on widgets. The next question is your equipment material service related to the United States Munitions List, or Commerce Control List? The USML and CCL are lists that categorize defense-related articles, services, and technologies. You'll need to determine if your offerings fall under these lists. Then you will answer if you are registered with the Directorate of Defense Trade Controls, or the DDTC. What that means is that the DDTC is responsible for controlling the export and temporary import of defense articles and services. If your organization deals with defense-related exports, you might be registered with the DDTC. To check your registration status, visit the DDTC registration website that's on your screen. Next, it will ask if you possess a U.S. export control license. You will need to provide proof of this license. So if you're involved in exporting defense-related articles or services, you will need an export control license. If you have one, be prepared to provide evidence of it. To check if you possess an export control license or to learn more about obtaining one, you can visit the U.S. Department of State's Office of Defense Trade Controls Licensing. It's essential to assure compliance with all export control regulations. If you're unsure about your status on any of these, consider consulting with a trade compliance expert or a legal counsel. Next, you'll want to state your legitimate business purpose for unclassified export controlled technical information access. You can use the example I have listed on the screen. Make sure that you clearly articulate the valid business reasons for needing access to unclassified export controlled technical data. It will then ask you if you require access to a specific system to access this information. This question is just trying to understand if you need access to a particular system to retrieve the necessary information. If you select no, just proceed to the next question, but if you select yes, you'll be prompted with an additional question. That will be, if so, name the specific system and select all that apply. The options are DoD, SAM, DLA DIBBS, or a conference attendee. Note that you can select DoD, SAM, and conference attendee all together. However, DLA DIBBS can only be chosen individually. If you do select DLA DIBBS, another question will appear and it will ask you if you're registered with DIBBS. I would say that you need to go ahead and be registered with DIBBS prior to submitting this application. If you select no, move on to the subsequent question. If you select yes, it will ask you to provide your DIBBS registration number. Finally, you will need to indicate the government agency or third party requiring you to obtain JCP certification. You will need to specify the particular government agency or third party entity that mandates your JCP certification. Additionally, provide the point of contact information for them. If there is no one and you are doing this on your own and you do not have a current point of contact for certification, make sure to indicate this. An example answer of this would be, JCP certification is required by, and then list the agency or entity name. Provide their POC, their phone number, and their email address. This should not be the entity applying for certification, but it should be the entity requiring you to apply. Remember, if you have no government agency requester, just state so. DoD Export Controlled Technical Data Compliance. This encompasses both controlled technical information and covered defense information as defined in DFAR clauses. Confirm if your company adheres to the terms of these clauses. For the NIST Special Publication Cybersecurity Assessment, determine if your company has documented a U.S. NIST score in SPURS. You can check your compliance status at SPURS online with DFAR's case 2019 D041. As you approach the end of your JCP application, you'll encounter a few more questions to answer. You will need to answer if you are a citizen or person admitted lawfully for permanent residence into the United States, and then you will need to name the individual who can obligate the company to a legally binding contract. You will also need to state the title of this individual. This might be your president or the CEO of your company. Once you've filled out all the required information on this page, you have a few options. You can click Save if you wish to save your progress and return to complete the application at a later time, or you can click the Next button to proceed to the Attachments page of the JCP application. You can click Submit if you've completed all the sections of the application, including the attachments and Sign and Submit pages. If there are any missing or incomplete sections, you'll receive an error message indicating what needs to be addressed before successful submission. As you progress through the JCP application, you'll reach the Attachment section. This is where you'll provide essential documents to support your application. For U.S. JCP applications, there are two mandatory attachments, your Proof of Business and the Introduction to Proper Handling Training Certificate. The proof of business can be obtained from the Secretary of State. It serves as evidence that your business is legally recognized and operates within the U.S. The training certificate confirms that you or your organization's representatives have undergone training on the correct handling of sensitive information. To attach these essential documents, follow these steps. On the Attachments page of the JCP application, locate the name of the required document. Click the Attach File button next to the document's name. A Windows Explorer window will pop up. Navigate to the location of your document, select it, and click Open. If you have more documents to attach, you have two options. Click inside the box labeled Click or Drag Drop to add files, and this will open Windows Explorer, or navigate to your document, select it, and click Open. Alternatively, you can directly drag a document from your computer and drop it into the designated box. It's crucial to ensure that you've attached all required documents so that your application is not delayed. If you miss any, you won't be able to proceed to the next section of the application. Additionally, once you upload the documents, their names will be automatically renamed within the application for consistency. For your convenience, I'll be including links to the DLA questionnaire and the Proper Handling Training Certificate in the video description below. Make sure to check them out and complete any necessary steps. A pop-up will now appear asking you to select a document type. The available document types are the DD Form 2345, Export Control License, DDTC Registration Letter, DLA Questionnaire, TSC Results, or other. If you need a step-by-step guide on how to complete the DD2345 form, please see the link in the video description. After selecting the appropriate document type for your attachment, click the Submit button to upload it. If you change your mind or select the wrong file, you can click the Cancel button and the document won't be uploaded. Once you've uploaded a document, you'll see several icons next to its name. The red trash can icon will let you remove a particular document from your draft JCP application. It will delete the uploaded file completely from your application. The blue down arrow is if you wish to download a previously uploaded document. Just simply click on its name or the blue down arrow icon. This allows you to review the content of the uploaded file. Once you've attached all necessary documents, click the Next button. This will take you to the Sign and Submit page of the JCP application. Before proceeding, you'll see a checkbox that requires your acknowledgement. Ensure you click this box so that a checkmark appears. This is a confirmation that you've reviewed and agreed to the terms or statements provided. Below the acknowledgement checkbox, there's a field labeled After Acknowledgement Check, enter legal name below. First, middle, initial, and last. It's essential to populate this field with your full legal name, ensuring it matches any official documents that you've attached. If you're not ready to submit your application or you need to review it later, click the Save button. This action will save all the information that you've entered on the applicant information page, allowing you to return to your draft JCP application at a later time. To review your attachments or make changes, you can click the Previous button. This will take you back to the Attachments page of the JCP application. Finally, once you've ensured that all sections of the application are complete, including the Applicant Information page, Attachments, and Sign and Submit pages, you can click the Submit button. However, be cautious. If any section is incomplete or missing, upon clicking Submit, you'll receive an error message. This alert will specify what needs correction or completion before you can successfully submit your JCP application. Once you're confident that everything is in order and you click the Submit button, look for a confirmation message at the bottom of the screen. This message will indicate that you've successfully submitted your US JCP application. Congratulations on completing your JCP application. Remember, the process might seem overwhelming and intricate, but following the steps we've given you carefully ensures a smooth application experience. Always keep an eye on your JCP dashboard for updates or any further actions required. Keep in mind that it usually takes around 7 to 10 business days to hear back about your application. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Remember, we're here to support you every step of the way. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with others who might benefit, or subscribing for more content. Your feedback is invaluable to us, so please leave any questions or comment below, and we'll do our best to address them. Once again, thank you for joining us, and we wish you all the best in your JCP application journey. Take care and see you in the next video.